So hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be sharing you my NEET story, how I scored 621 marks out of 720 in NEET 2021 and got a government medical college seat in Midnapur Medical College and Hospital, West Bengal. So let's begin. Cracking NEET is the dream of millions of medical aspirants. Most of the candidates start their preparation as early from the class 11th, and also, however, not all of these aspirants get selected in their first attempt. NEET is a very tough medical entrance examination where over 15 lakhs of medical students appear for about 67,000 MBBS seats. This means that the competition is a real tough one. It's like the skimming cream from the milk. Each year, a large number of NEET aspirants who could not make up to NEET in their first attempts drop year with the aim of succeeding their target in their next successive attempts. And so was I. I began my journey of NEET in my class 11th standard, and also because from the beginning I have heard my parents wanted me to become a doctor, and also because I was good at studies from the beginning, and because being the eldest child of my family there were so many expectations from me. So not to disappoint them, and according to their demands, also according to their expectation, I started on my medical journey in class 11th by choosing the subjects PCB which are required for medical entrance examination. I passed my 10th with 95% and 12th with 92.2%. So you can say that according to my percentage in the marks, that yeah, I was quite good at studies, not that topper as well and not that too low, but it was like okay that I can pursue my medical journey. So that's how I choosing up my NEET journey. In 2019, I basically had no idea about the basic guidance and what is all required about the name of the examination. I was completely unaware of all that stuff. The teachers at that time used to say like that केवल हमारे notes पढ़ लो and इनसे हो जाएगा, and I even listened to them, and at to such level that I only studied their notes because I thought that the exam will be just like boards except for the MCQs part. So I thought okay that I'll be doing those notes only and I will give my medical exam. As the days began to pass, I became tensed, a lot tensed. I couldn't score good in the mock papers. I hardly crossed 430 to 440 in those papers. I didn't have anyone to basically share these problems, and I even started to question my preparation strategy. There was no way what I could do was carry out my preparation as it is, as I could not afford any change at the last moment. So I decided to continue on that journey, and with some hope I went on with my studies. Finally the day of exam came. I gave my exam, but I was not at all satisfied with the with how my exam went at all. I made some of the silly mistakes and in physics, and when wrong fill up even in the OMR sheet. And so basically I was quite scared enough that whether I'll be able to make up to the government medical college seat or not at all in my first attempt when I gave my medical entrance exam at the first time. So official answer key released in the evening, and by God's grace I got 5 marks increment. When I checked it was like I was only getting 527 marks, but when one result came out, that's when I saw that yeah, I had a 5 marks increment and I got 532 marks with an all India rank of 61,841. But it was a quite huge blow to me that although I worked hard according to me and my parents as well, but they were not quite satisfied, and I was also not very well satisfied at all because I was not able to make up to medical college seat. As you all know that for general category students it is a bare minimum to score at least above 600 to get into a good government medical college and to get a seat. Although my mom convinced me a lot that made me realize that whatever I did was solely by my hard work. So she was actually rejoiced and was making me feel comfortable that whatever all happened, it is all gone, and whatever it is only because of your hard work. So just have faith in yourself that everything is gonna be okay, and definitely you will be getting to a medical college seat. But deep down I knew that it was not the case. Being a general category student, it's quite difficult to get a seat at such rank. She was happy with my result and even tried to rejoice me, but I was literally expecting more marks. We had hope of getting medical college, but when the results came, the rank inflation devastated us. And that moment was very disappointing for me. That even after scoring the good score, 532 marks, it was I was not able to get into medical college. I was not getting. Being from Haryana, cutoff closed at 610 marks for EWS category, economically weaker sections, which is basically treated same as the general category one. Only there's a difference of about 5 marks. Later on, it's all the same. There is not any reservation kind of thing. Yeah, there is 10% reservation according to the criteria given by the medical council, but still they are usually treated as the same as general category one. You have to prepare a lot harder, and you definitely have to work harder for the uh, for getting into a seat as compared to those who have reservations itself, like for the SC/ST part or the OBC part. And so the result came out, and I, with the hope that maybe I can get a medical college seat, I started on with my counseling process, and I did my all India counseling. And when the result came out, I was not allotted even the BMS seat, which I was least expecting. That I was like कि ठीक है ना, कोई बात नहीं, मतलब अगर MBBS भी नहीं भी मिलता है तो कोई बात नहीं, हम एक अच्छा सा BMS ले लेंगे किसी कॉलेज में, अच्छे से कॉलेज में, एंड आई कंटिन्यू विद माई मेडिकल फील्ड इन BMS course, Bachelor of Ayurvedic Medicine and Surgery. BMS is all about Ayurvedic, Unani, Siddha and the homeopathy, and it is actually quite flourishing industry, as we all know that Baba Ramdev is actually quite promoting it a lot. So I was also like कि 5 साल में तो इसका मतलब अच्छा स्कोप हो जाएगा, तो आई वाज लाइक कि ठीक है BMS ले लेंगे, अपना साल वेस्ट नहीं करेंगे. बट टू माई ग्रेट डिसअपॉइंटमेंट व्हाट इट वाज लाइक कि मतलब रिज़ल्ट के बाद मतलब मैंने अपने सेकेंड राउंड तक कर लिया, एंड आई वाज नॉट even getting a BMS seat. I was not even allotted a BMS seat, which I was least expecting, and that was a huge blow to my parents. And my father was like कि इतना स्कोर पर भी मतलब BMS सीट भी नहीं मिल रही है. मतलब I was like कि बिल्कुल भी एक भी BMS सीट भी नहीं मिल रही है. I was like I was allotted BHMS seat, Bachelor of Homeopathic Medicine and Surgery, in Aligarh Muslim University. It was quite a feasible distance for me, being from Haryana, but I was definitely disappointed and was shattered. I was like कि क्या फ़ायदा इतनी मेहनत करने का जब तुम्हें अपनी एक BMS सीट भी नहीं मिल रही है. Like, you know, you were always preparing so much harder for that. Yeah, definitely will get into an MBBS. But when the result came out of this counseling schedule, of the counseling of the All India Quota counseling, so it was like I was not even able to get a BMS seat. And so definitely it was very much disappointing for me that all my hard work went in vain. And I was like कि ठीक है, आप क्या कर सकते हैं. But so I decided to have a drop year, so as to not to waste my efforts which I all did in the past. And my father was also like कि इतना आगे हो तो अब मत छोड़ो, इसको पूरा करके जाओ. So and now this time I decided to drop a year, and although it was quite difficult for me to actually drop a year once again, my father still didn't lose hope and motivated me to work harder. And he was like, cross the 600 mark, and then most probably I would get a medical college. And I too thought that it wasn't far away, so I agreed as well to give a drop, and at least it's better to have any regrets left than to have almost all over the new year to spend. It was quite easy for me rather than to having regrets all over my life that I was not able to get into medical college. I was not able to get into medical college. So now this time I decided not to go back to BHMS, and I decided completely that I'll be taking a complete drop. And so I started to prepare my whole year sincerely. So that was all about the part that how I ended up dropping a year. So I just started that okay, I'll be. It was a lot harder, like कि मतलब क्यों यार दोबारा से वही सारे सब्जेक्ट पढ़ने पड़ेंगे, और वही फिजिक्स, वही केमिस्ट्री, वही बायोलॉजी, मतलब तुम एक बार इतना पढ़. सो आई व्हेन आई डिसाइडेड टू हैव अ ड्रॉप, तो इट वाज जस्ट लाइक फॉर मी लाइक आई वाज अर्लियर लिविंग इन अ jungle preparing for NEET. So but that year really helped me a lot by YouTube videos and my old notes and online guidance and self-study. I managed to score 621 in NEET 2021. This was the year where I like studied like crazy. I still remember the whole journey. I was just like having my books all the time in my hands. I used to wake up early morning and started studying for the exam from day one. Started concentrating on my weak points, that was mainly physics and chemistry part. I started practicing physics question daily and worked hard for the physics. And in physics only, I started solving more than 500 questions from some chapters to perfect them, because my physics was a lot weak. It was weak to the point like I usually not like to solve physics part. I just don't know why. I had given all the tests the entire year. I also perfected NCERT biology. As we all know, that biology is the strongest part. You need to have that command over it. So basically, for having a good score in your NEET examination, I thought of my sometimes I used to thought of my peers also, that who must have settled in 4 years. I thought it was my category itself that it was like undeserving for me. I was from being a general category student. It was because of that I was not able to get into medical college seat. And whereas those who are having a reservation, was quite easier for them to get into a medical college. Well, I was literally disappointed. I used to be depressed. Every single thing made me cry. I was like, why I would not be having doing this, and I would not have to waste my entire year if I was in some other category like on ST or SC. So I was like that. So I remembered I couldn't sleep at night. I used to get up and cry silently because I didn't have the I didn't have the courage to down to cry in front of my parents. Neither could I refuse to take a drop, because I saw how they did a lot of hard works to and to get me into a coaching institute and to get me prepared for that examination. I saw how much my parents listened to the relatives for trying to let me study. It was like quite motivation as well, that when they are doing a lot, this much for me, when they are working day and night, so that only I can get a good medical education and I have a better career, unlike my father and mother who are just graduate enough and can barely earn for the source of income. For living only they can earn. So they wanted me to give a better life. So those bitter words from the relatives are all that, they are always like, hey, आ जाते हैं मतलब वो लोग भी. So those bitter words, taunts and insults and degradations broke me more than my results. But still I didn't left my motivation. जब MBBS सोचा था इतना आके तो नहीं छोड़ सकते थे. अब इतनी मेहनत करी है तो अब तो MBBS लेके ही जाएंगे. It was like कि मतलब अब इतना प्रिपरेशन कर ले, थोड़ा सही रहता है तो थोड़ा सा और कर लेते हैं तो फिर MBBS की सीट मिल ही जाएगी. और फिर मैंने सोचा था कि मतलब अगर इस बार नहीं मिला तो मैं उसके बाद नहीं करूँगी प्रिपरेशन. I would just give up. Maybe that it's not for me or it is not meant for me. So I was like that. I remember some days when I had tests, I used to study the whole journey to reach the coaching center, and that included studying while waiting for the auto as well at my auto stand while walking towards my center. It was like that. I usually not have any vehicle, so I had to travel a lot distance. So I was like कि ठीक है मैं चलते पढ़ूँगी ताकि मेरा थोड़ा बहुत सिलेबस कवर हो जाए, क्योंकि इस टाइम मुझे था कि मुझे बस करना है. अब I have to get into medical college anyhow. A huge impact basically of your life falls in family also. My parents understood that I was working hard for the exam, and so also they tried not to disturb as much and supported me emotionally. Emotional and mental support is very much required for an aspirant who is having a drop year and preparing for the examination, which is quite tougher, which is a lot tougher even. So you have to definitely have that mental support so that you can crack the NEET exam. My situation was like I had nothing to lose, but if I tried again, maybe I may win. So I was like, hope. So I was like mentally prepared better this time. So I prepared again, worked hard. I ignored everything, and I ignored everything which stopped me from getting into that medical seat, and gave my exam. And finally, it was the day, and that I my hard work all paid off. Basically, I made it, and in NEET 2021, I scored 621 out of 720, and with an All India rank of about 10,976, है ना? And that day made me feel that um, that was the that was quite a big achievement for me. You know, when you have to prepare almost an entire year, you have to give almost an entire year for that single day. You know, you are preparing you're giving your 2 years, 3 years, 4 years continuously, just you can uh, earn a good score, good rank. And basically all that 3 hours only is going to decide your future. So that needs a rigorous practice, and a lot hard work and sincerity as well. So it was all the efforts my parents did, I did, and the motivation which I saw by looking at their faces, and how much hard work they are putting. And so the thing my parents faced, I faced, couldn't let me give up so easily. And that was basically my strengths that made me achieve my target, and made me able to get into a medical college. So it was better for me to even endure the pain of drop year and work again, rather than seeing my disappointed parents and living a life of regret. So that made me proud somewhere. That makes me proud even now. That was the moment when I used to study like hell, अनोइंगली, मतलब कि तुम्हारा प्रिपरेशन सही हो भी रहा है, नहीं भी हो रहा है, तुम्हें सीट मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी, और दैट डिलेमा गोइंग ओवर इन योर माइंड कॉन्टिन्यूसली, अब तुम्हें नहीं पता कि तुम्हें वो सीट मिलेगी कि नहीं मिलेगी. तुम जो स्कोर तुम्हारा आ रहा है, क्या पता वो लास्ट टाइम पे आके वो ड्रॉप हो जाए, वो जिससे भले ही तुम अभी इतना अच्छा कर रहे हो, पर आखिर में आके वो हो सकता है कि तुम्हारा उतना अच्छा स्कोर ना बन पाए, और तुम हो सकता है 2-3 मार्क्स की वजह से, या मे बी फ्रॉम अ सिंगल मार्क यू आर नॉट एबल टू गेट अ मेडिकल कॉलेज सीट, है ना. तो वो डर हमेशा रहता ही है. तो बट ठीक है, अब आई कैन से that was really amazing, and that paid me off well. So everything happened was for a reason. Now I realize that सब कुछ जो भी होता है ना हमारी ज़िंदगी में, वो एक ज़रूरत, मतलब एक वक्त की मतलब ज़रूरत होती है उस वक्त कि वो चाहिए होता है तुम्हें. So all this was necessary to improve me as a person, make me responsible and daring enough. So that was like, that paid me well. I am going to be the first person to pursue MBBS from my family. मेरी फैमिली में भी और कोई भी नहीं है, और दूर दूर तक कोई भी नहीं है जो MBBS कर रहा हो, या इवन मतलब ग्रेजुएशन से ऊपर उन्होंने किसी ने भी कुछ किया हो. So but literally it is definitely a very spellbound. I'm literally spellbound. I don't know just how to express that particular feeling. But I literally can't get enough seeing my parents proud and happy, and definitely can make them too by studying hard and by working hard, by practicing a lot questions more and more. Be consistent. Don't give up. It is not easy to crack exam, but it's not impossible. A lot of factors contribute in studies. Keep yourself motivated and work hard from your dreams, and definitely you will be the one who is gonna pursue MBBS, and definitely you'll be the one to score a good rank. So just keep preparing, keep working hard, and all the best.